Welcome to Bible Time. This is the Monday edition, February 15th, President's Day. But I'm recording this on Sunday after getting home from our live stream church service. And I'm thankful that we were able to do that. I'm thankful for the musicians, the Lingerie family that showed up. And I'm thankful for our tech team, Drew and Spencer and Noah, for their willingness to show up and to do what we needed to do to put together that live stream service. And I trust that it ministered to you. And this week, we're going through more of the Psalms in our daily Bible reading. And today we're looking at four. We're starting off the week with four Psalms, Psalm 95, 96, 97, and 98. And one of the things you're going to notice as you read through these Psalms, there's an awful lot of references to singing, giving thanks, rejoicing. And that's because the Lord is great, the Lord is good, but also the Lord will judge. And there's kind of a warning here not to take him superficially or not to take those warnings superficially. But let's look at each one. Psalm 95, we know it was written by David because Hebrews 4:7 tells us so. But here's the thing I want you to take note of in these Psalms. There's a section or sections that all start with O. I think we need to bring back more of the O to our Christianity, where we just are speaking in amazement of our God. That's kind of what we talked about in the sermon about God's love from John 3:16 and 17. We need to have more of that amazement. And just listen to how Psalm 95 starts off. Oh, come, let us sing to the Lord. Let us make a joyful noise to the rock of our salvation. Let us come into his presence with thanksgiving. Let us make a joyful noise to him with songs of praise. Why? For the Lord is a great God and a great King above all gods. In his hand are the depths of the earth. The heights of the mountains are his also. The sea is his, for he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Oh, come, let us sing to the Lord. And then again, verse 6 starts off, oh, come, let us worship and bow down. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker. For he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, the sheep of his hand. So he's so great, he holds the depths of the earth in his hand, but yet he's like a shepherd to his people. That should amaze us. But verse 7 at the end of the verse says, today if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts. You can become dull of hearing. You can develop a hard heart. You can be deceived by your sin. And so that's why you need to look to God and be amazed at him. That's the warning in this psalm. Psalm 96, again, we know David wrote this. 1 Chronicles 16:23 to 33 is almost word for word Psalm 96, so that makes the connection with David. And again, it starts off with, oh, sing to the Lord a new song. Sing to the Lord all the earth. Sing to the Lord, bless his name. Tell of his salvation from day to day. Declare his glory among the nations, his marvelous works among all the peoples. For great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods. And again, declare his glory among the nations. That's what we're called to do. That's what the church is supposed to do. We're to proclaim his greatness, his love, his salvation to the whole world. And we are to worship him. Verse 9 says, worship the Lord in the splendor of holiness. In other words, treat God for what he is, who he is. Worship him in the splendor of holiness. Tremble before him, all the earth. We need to recapture the greatness of God and what it really means to tremble before him. But again, verse 11 through 13, so let the heavens be glad, let the earth rejoice, let the sea roar and all that fills it, let the field exult and everything in it. Then shall all the trees of the forest sing for joy before the Lord, for he comes to judge the earth. He will judge the world in righteousness and all the peoples in faithfulness. That's something to rejoice in, that God is going to righteously judge the world. And those references to he's coming to judge, that's a reference to the second coming of Jesus Christ. This is talking about the Messiah coming as the judge. He came the first time as the Savior. He's coming the second time to judge. Psalm 97 starts off with, the Lord reigns, let the earth rejoice, let the many coastlands be glad. God reigns. God is great. God is the creator. God is a shepherd. God is a judge. We should look at him and worship him. And the O section comes down in verse 10. O you who love the Lord, hate evil. He preserves the lives of his saints. He delivers them from the hand of the wicked. Light is sown for the righteous and joy for the upright in heart. Rejoice in the Lord, O you righteous, and give thanks to his holy name. Rejoice in the Lord, O you righteous, and hate evil. O you who love the Lord. Let's represent him in this world. And Psalm 98, the O section starts it right off. Oh, sing to the Lord a new song, for he has done marvelous things. His right hand and his holy arm have worked salvation for him. The Lord has made known his salvation. We talked about that in the sermon today. He sent his son to make known his salvation. He has revealed his righteousness in the sight of the nations. He has remembered his steadfast love and faithfulness to the house of Israel. Yeah, the steadfast love. But, verse 7, let the sea roar and all that fills it, the world and those who dwell in it. Let the rivers clap their hands. Let the hills sing for joy together before the Lord. For he comes, here it is, another reference to the coming of the Messiah. For he comes to judge the earth. He will judge the world with righteousness and the peoples with equity. We should rejoice in the Lord for the salvation that he gives in light of the coming judgment that he will be bringing. So let's all of us chime in. You did a really great job on Friday leaving comments. Let's do that today. You got a little more time today. It's President's Day. Maybe you don't have school or work, and maybe too because of the weather, you're all staying home. So let's spend a little extra time today meditating on these Psalms. And why don't you leave something why don't you make up your own O statement here in rejoicing and giving thanks to the Lord. Let's encourage one another by the greatness of our God. And we'll see you tomorrow for more Bible time.